Now, this is a topic that we've touched on in the past, but I just want to one more time just to go over it in a little bit more detail. And it's a publication. It's called Bön, the Magic Word, the Indigenous Religion of Tibet. It was published by the Rubin Museum of Art back in 2007, and the two main editors are Samten Karmay and myself. And this was what we believe is the first Bön exhibition ever done anywhere, I guess. And it focused heavily on objects, paintings, and sculpture. We borrowed quite a bit from museums around North America and some from Europe even as well. It wasn't a Masterworks show because we just didn't know about Masterworks of Bön at that time. Not enough research had been done. But after we did the publication and the exhibition, then we learned people came forward with Bön paintings and sculpture and asked, how come we didn't choose theirs for the exhibition? And we had to say, well, we didn't know yours existed. It's never been published before. So Bön, the Magic Word, it's kind of a support catalog for the exhibition at the Rubin Museum, but it's not an object catalog the way you would normally find for museum art exhibitions. We're not going object by object. What we did for this is we were a little bit more ambitious, and what we did is we invited a number of authors to submit papers on various topics. So the foreword is by Donald Rubin. The preface is by David Snellgrove. And then we have an introduction to Bön art, and that's my contribution, aside from editing all of the papers. Then we have a historical overview of the Bön religion by Samten Karmay. And this is really quite excellent and extremely important if you're interested in this subject. Then we have Tompa Shenrap Muo, the founder of the Bön religion, and that article's by Per Kvern. Then we have a very, very interesting article on Olmo Lungring, a holy place here and beyond. Now, this is done by Dan Martin, and this is about the holy land of Olmo Lungring and the mountain, the 9 Yungdrung mountain in Olmo Lungring. Very interesting about geography. Then we have Tsewang Rigzin, the Bön tradition of sacred geography, and this is by Charles Ramble. And this is discussing the 6 holy mountains of the Bön. And the holy mountains span from Kailash in the west of Tibet all the way to Umeshan in Sichuan province, which became the holy mountain of Samantabhadra. But originally it was a holy mountain of the local people, and it was a holy mountain for the Bön as well. But the Bön have 6 famous mountains that relate very much to the life and travels and wanderings of Tsewang Rigzin. Then we have myths and rituals, and this again is by Samten Karmay, and it deals primarily with one painting in the Rubin Museum, but Samten has gone on to write a separate book on this article because he feels he wasn't clear enough and in the identifications and function of this scroll. It's actually quite a long Thangka-style scroll work in a landscape format. Then we have Bonpo Tantric Deities by Per Kvern, and this is really interesting because he's put so much research into it over the decades. Then we have Imagining the Beyond Imagination by Hank Blazer. And then we have a word list as to how we spelt things, and then we have a glossary. Now, the glossary in this publication is the same glossary that's on the HAR website. We actually used the glossary from the HAR website, and I did add a few more items, but basically it's the same. And then we have an index in the publication. So this book is an extremely good support publication for contextualizing the visual culture and the art of the Bön religion. The Bun Religion of Tibet by Per Kavern, published by Serindia in 1995. That is by far a superior art book where it goes into the actual iconography and symbols in a much more detailed way and a scholarly way. So that's the better art book. Bun the Magic Word is very, very good at contextualizing a lot of the important topics. So we'll leave it at that. You can press subscribe, you can press like, you can join Har on Patreon.